Sometimes you could look at the Google Drive or another program and think, what are all those buttons for? So today I'm just going to take you on a quick tour of the Google Drive and just explain what each of the icons and buttons do. First, at the top, you'll notice that there's a search drive. This is an awesome feature. If you were to type into here a word like, for example, Easton, and press enter, it would show you only the documents and items in your drive that have that word in it. It sorts it by relevance, aka the closest match, and you would be able to search through here for exactly what you need. Another button that comes up is New. The blue New button is how you create anything or upload anything. If you press New, you can make new folders. You can upload files or folders from your computer to the Google Drive, and you can create new documents, sheets, slides, and even forms, drawings, sites, any of these apps. That's under the button called New. If you click here, it says My Drive and there's a down arrow. When I click on this, it basically does the exact same thing as the New button, almost like a file menu. To the right over here, you'll notice at the top is a grid. These squares actually mean Google Apps. So if I were to click on this, I can actually get straight to my Gmail from here, or even my calendar. It'll leave the site I'm on and take me to the next Google app. Over here is any notifications. This might be if you were to get a new email or download something new. And right here is your Google account name and information. Below that, we have List View. If you were to not like the thumbnail style or the little pictures that you can see here, and you just want a list of all the folders and documents, if you click on List View, it switches to that type of view. If you'd like to go back to Grid View, you would get back to the original view we had. The I button gives you information on the document you're clicking on. So if I click on this document and press I will get details about the document, like when it was modified or created, and the recent activity that's there. I can also, if you notice, when I click on a document, there's a bunch more points that come up. First is Get Shareable Link. If I wanted to share this as a link to someone else, and I press Get Shareable Link, it'll provide for me a link to copy and paste and give to someone. The person sign with the plus means I want to share this document with a specific person. This is where I would type in their names and I could share it with them that way. If I press this eyeball, it gives me a preview that pops up so that I can take a peek at what it looks like without opening the document. To get out of that, I can just press this back arrow. The trash can would delete the document that I'm on. Don't worry if you ever do that by accident, because there is a trash can over to the left-hand side to find anything deleted. And this little ... is Google's way of saying more stuff. If you click on it, you can do Open With, which means open with Google Docs or any other apps you have. You can have it move somewhere. You can add a star so that you remember that that's important. Rename it, view more details, make a copy of it, or download it to your computer. Over here is your Settings button. This is really where you can click on Settings and see the different options that you have as far as your storage in Google, how to convert a document, the language that you want it in, and kind of the notifications that you would get. So these are the different settings that come along with Google Drive. Most people don't ever need to change the settings because the basic settings are pretty much what you would need. On the left-hand side, you'll see My Drive with a tiny blue arrow. Just so that you know, if you have folders and you don't want to click through them, if you press that little arrow, it'll show you all the different folders inside your drive, and you can go click through and explore these folders to get exactly where you want to be. To move them back up, just click the arrow again, and they'll go away. Shared with Me is the place where all the shared documents are stored. This cannot be organized by you, and it is simply organized by the share date or the name. However, if you want to organize this further, you can always right-click on a document and add it to your own drive by pressing Add to Drive. For example, I click on it right here and press Add to my drive. Recent is anything that you've recently clicked on, opened, or edited. And that way you can see them if you were just trying to get to the most recent document. Google Photos is a feature that you may or may not use, in which you can store your photos online through a Google app called Photos. Starred. This is where that star comes in that I talked about earlier. Again, if I clicked on Groups, this document, and I press that little dot, 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 I can press Add a Star. Once I've done that, over here on the left-hand side, I have my starred items. When I click on that, I'll only see the items that have a star. This is an excellent way to get to your most frequently used documents without having to search through anything else. And last but not least, we have the trash. As I said, when you delete things, they end up in the trash. So let's say I deleted something and I really, really wanted it back. If I right-click on that, I could press Restore. I could also just click on it and press this little clock on the top right. When I click on that, that folder will go back into where it was located in my drive. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me.